When I was 15, I ran away from home. I used to live with my mom, and it was a challenging time in my life. I was coming of age. I had my own opinion. I saw things that I liked. I saw things that I didn't like. And I started to clash with my mom over a topic. So I ran away from home. During that period, I had gone to about 6 different schools in a 2-year span of time, and it was just challenging overall. So it was time for me to head in a different direction. It's not how I planned it, by running away. I ran about 4 blocks, called my father and told him what happened, and he said, I can pick you up, but it's going to be about 2.5 hours before I pick you up. So I lived with my father for about 2 years. The last year, my father and I did not talk. There was some challenges with that. It was the age, communication. I didn't learn proper communication. I wasn't taught proper communication. I share this because instead of going in a downward spiral at that age into my young adulthood, I made some changes, and I'm not going to say this is the blame game. It was just a situation that I was in. At the age of 19, I created my own life where I was independent. And that's where I started to realize that challenges are part of life. And I share this because I guarantee you there's a challenge in your life, or at one point in your life where you had a challenge. It could be depression, anxiety, anger, doubt, regret, physical, whatever the challenge is. All of us have a challenge that we have to deal with, but the question is, how are we going to deal with it? And I'm going to share with you what I did, what worked for me. And I had expectations, and I had grand expectations. I just sometimes didn't know how to make that happen. What are your expectations in your life to include your challenges? What are your expectations overall with your life? If they're low, all you have to do is sit on the couch and you will accomplish your expectations. If your expectations are high, you have to have a vision and a plan to make that happen, make adjustments, and you will succeed. You have to be proactive. You have to be very proactive. Things aren't just going to happen. No one's going to knock on your door and say, hey, you won this, or I have this for you, and it's a free gift. It's not going to happen. Hard work pays off, but you have to have that vision. You have to be proactive, and then you have to put the work into it. I've always said it's not how we start, but how we finish. And that's where these adjustments come in the sense that if you have a lot of things that bring you down, where you fall down, maybe not physically, are you going to get up, and are you going to dust yourself off and make adjustments and move forward? Hopefully the answer is yes. In the end of my life, at the end, I want to say that I won or that I lost because of what I did, not because of what happened to me as a child, whether it's observing alcoholism or physical abuse or verbal abuse, or you fill in the blank. I want to be able to say that I won because of what I did, or I lost because of my decisions. And I will give my parents a lot of credit for showing me that life will be challenging at times, so we have to take it in stride and move forward and learn and make the next situation better. I learned basically in life how to fish. I had to figure it out. Maybe it took me a little bit longer in my 20s, early 20s, let's say 24, 25, but I learned how to fish as opposed to being dependent on someone or the government or someone to give me something, because it's important that we learn how to fish. There are things that I can do very well and things that I can't do very well, and if it's something that I want to learn, I will learn it, and I do love to learn to make it better for myself. Or sometimes there's going to be examples where like, no, I can't put drywall on the wall, so I'm going to hire someone to do that. So be realistic about your expectations, about your life, about what you can do, what you can't do, what you want to do, and what you don't want to do. Be realistic and make your life the most satisfactory that it can be. I'll wrap up with this. When I ran away, I had a support system. When I was in my late teens, I had a support system. When I was in my early 20s, and so on, I had a support system. Who is your support system to help you whenever we need the help, to teach us to fish whenever we need to, or to even say, you know what, you are wrong this time, but this is how you can make it better? Because a support system is going to be there to help us, but also keep it real, in the example that I said about being realistic. Because you don't want someone that's always going to say, nope, you're always right, they're wrong. No, that's not going to help at all. Whatever challenge you have in your life or comes your way, deal with it to the point where you can overcome that. And that's the beauty of life. I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great day. You want to go potty? Let's go potty. Come on. Let's go. Let's go potty.